live stream. So what is going on? Going to actually get it started here and decide to crack open a few beers and just kind of chill for a bit here on a Saturday night. Let me know what you guys got going on in your world out there as we get started. And I'm going to crack open one of the other beers I forgot I actually had in there. I thought I had maybe one left I was going to do the review on, but I actually had two left. So decided to kick back and I'm going to drink one of these. This is the Platform Caramelicious from Platform Brewing, not Platform, but Platform. So switch it up there so you can kind of see it too. Nice caramel, salted caramel chocolate. Which I just remembered I have some cake downstairs with some caramel icing that I need to actually eat at some point. So here it is, Saturday night. The bowl games are underway. The weekend before Christmas. And deciding to just relax and kick back. Might drink a little bit more eggnog later on. Still have some of that left over as well. I think if I do, I may add some rum to it tonight. Did not want to drink it all at one time, that's for sure. No need to hurt the belly. And there we have the nice beer poured into the glass. Nice sweetness on the beer as well. So yeah, everybody out there ready for Christmas? Christmas or Xmas, as some like to call it for short. A lot of people do like this time of year, of course. People get a lot of gifts. Get to show the ones you love what you're thinking about them, so to speak. Although, sometimes with Christmas, it can become less about the holiday and more about the individual, which sometimes takes away from it. So, not always a fan in that regard. It quickly can become a me type holiday, all about me. What did you get me? This is what I want. But that is Christmas. Currently got the Florida International Arkansas State game on. Checking out for a little bit. My only knock with this beer thus far is it is a little thinner than I usually like. But it does have the flavor on it. I do get a nice feel of the salt and the caramel. I do get the chocolate coming through. And obviously Platform is now AB and Bev, or they're under AB and Bev, I should say. I don't think they have 100% of Platform. But again, with Platform, if you ever get Platform, they give you the best can you could ever want. You can see all the details there. Hopefully the camera will zoom in a little bit, but then again it may not. There we go. You get the ABV, you get the Play-Doh, the IBU, the yeast, the adjuncts, the hops, all the malts. Why can't every beer company, every brewing company make this on their product? They all should have this available so you know exactly what you're getting for what you're paying for. Hands down, Platform is the best informative can on the market. I don't know if anybody else comes as close to them for everything they actually give you on the details. So I do like that highly about them. Still need to go to the platform brew house we have here in Cincinnati. Have not been there yet since they added it. Hey, what's happening, RG Homestead? Cheers. Good evening. How are you, my friend? I am doing well. Just decided to kick back. Saturday night live stream, kind of low key here. Wife's already sleeping. Got one of the bowl games on at the Arkansas State in Florida. Decided to do a live stream and just enjoy some beer. Right now, I'm actually enjoying the platform Caramelicious. Anything you got going on your end tonight? Are you enjoying anything? Are you wrapping gifts this weekend? What's going on in your world? I just released a video earlier about some of the stuff happening with 450 North, which is kind of interesting situation. Curious to see what does happen when they do the test results as well. No, nothing wrong with that either. I agree. Sometimes it's nice to just be like low key. Went out earlier today, ran a couple errands, and had to go to the grocery store on the way back, and that was a little crazy. So people were definitely grabbing a lot of stuff with family coming in. I'm sure people got to cook big meals. It was a little bit crazy there. But, you know, not overly bad, which I was grateful of. It'll get bad like probably Monday and Tuesday. I think our Kroger's actually open till like 5 or something Tuesday, probably for Christmas Eve or whatever, but people always run around for last second stuff they need. So are you all ready for Christmas, RG? You got anything going on? You going out of town? You got family coming in? All that's done for Christmas, just waiting for the red man come around in 4 days. There you go. Can kind of just sit back now and just wait for it all to take place. I do like not traveling anywhere, so we're going to be here. Most of our family's all out of town for the most part, so get to kind of relax. Thinking about maybe going to the movies on Christmas. Not sure what I want to see if we do go. Never really been a big, huge Star Wars person. I know a lot of people are going to see that right now. I don't even know what's really at the movies, to tell you the truth, because I haven't looked in so long. But it might be nice to get out and go see something. The wife might want to see Star Wars. She's a bigger Star Wars person than I am. I'm like, but we got Netflix. We could just stay at the house. Why go out? Actually going to make a roast for Christmas. She wanted me to make a roast. So she likes when I make roasts. And then some baked potatoes that I take sweet potatoes and your russet baked potatoes, carve them all up, and I oven bake them with like carrots and tomatoes in there and some onions. She loves when I make that, so I told her I'd make her that for Christmas Eve or whatever. Oh, found me around right now. Nice. There you go. Everybody all gathered around. So RG, what is your favorite Christmas movie? There's a question for you. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Me neither. I've not been out to the movie in some time, yeah. Well, nowadays, you go to the movie, before you even leave or do anything, you're probably down about $50, $60, depending on how many people you got and what you get there, snacks and all that stuff. Oh, goose this season. Very nice. Goose or duck or something nice that you can do around the holidays. I haven't had duck in a while. Yeah, most people, I guess, at Christmas do hams. Ah, White Christmas. I remember that was I want to say White Christmas was maybe Bing Crosby, I believe, in White Christmas from back in the 40s. That's an old classic. I know one of the older films that people still really enjoy is It's a Wonderful Life. So, which I used to enjoy that for a number of years. Then I became more of a fan of A Christmas Story and the humor with Christmas Vacation. A few years back, the adult humor, Bad Santa, became one I actually like around Christmas time as well. Which reminds me, I haven't watched Bad Santa 2. I might watch that this holiday season. The day of 25-cent movies has been long gone. Yes, very, very much so. Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, it is Bing Crosby. Okay, that's what I thought, yeah. You know, another good one from back in the day, around that time, was Miracle on 34th Street, the original. That was like back in the, I want to say 20s or 30s when they did that one. And that was one I remember watching old black and white when I was a kid at like my grandparents' house. That would come on every year. I don't know if it comes on as much now, but the old classic was really pretty good. And of course, the old Scrooge was a pretty good one. And Bill Murray did a good one with the Screws when they did the remake as well. That's actually one you don't hear people talk about, but that's a pretty good Christmas movie. Yeah. One that I actually saw years ago, that I guess you can kind of say is a Christmas movie because it's around Christmas, is called The Ref with Dennis Leary and Annette Bening and Kevin Spacey. And essentially, it's about Dennis Leary runs like a kind of a crew of thieves, and they're trying to escape a town, but they got to hide out in a house until the police cool off. And they end up breaking into Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening's when they're having like the family Christmas dinner and stuff. And they end up getting caught up in the whole thing because Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening aren't like happy together anyway. So he ends up becoming like a ref in between their marriage. It's pretty funny. Hey, Beerhound, what is going on, my friend? Cheers from Orange County, California. Happy to be enjoying a Port Brewing Mango Double IPA here with one of my favorite reviewers on the planet, Mr. Raj, aka Baby Yoda. LOL. Yeah, what's going on, brother? Here we go again, the Baby Yoda. Oh, Malted, what's going on, Swami? Cheers, my friend. Favorite Christmas movie has to be. See, you take it to a different level. You don't need to take it to that level. At least right now it's still a family show. We're not even into the late hours yet, Swami. RG says, good evening, Beerhound. Beerhound, a great channel to check out that also does some great beer reviews as well. So make sure to check him out there. And Swami, Malton of Montreal. He's a whiskey guy. He does some beer, but he's a whiskey guy. He knows his whiskey, so I would definitely say check him out as well. His humor at times definitely can go over the level for sure, but that's all right. We still love him, so he's a good guy. And Beerhound said cheers to RG as well. And make sure you check out RG's channel too, on the stuff that RG is doing there. So right now, for those that just came in, I'm actually drinking the Platform Caramelicious Milk Stout. So this is a salted caramel chocolate stout here. And I mentioned earlier, when it comes to stuff on a beer can, nobody out there beats Platform and all the stuff they give you. You never have to worry about anything. They tell you everything in the malts, the hops, the yeast, the adjuncts, the ABV, the IBU, and of course they have a date on the bottom of the can as well. So they hit all cylinders, which is great. So even though they're under the AB and Bev umbrella right now, they do a dang good job of telling you what is in your beer. So RG, are you drinking anything tonight? Or Swami, you got anything in front of you as well? Swami's usually got a whiskey and a beer. He has no problem doing two at once. Hound, you finish your Christmas shopping, or you still got stuff to pick up for the week for anyone before Santa shows himself this coming Wednesday? You can have all my whiskey I tried it when I was young, and It turned out it did or it didn't turn out good. If you're giving away whiskey. Yeah, last night I mentioned we did the eggnog show over on Alex the Beer Master channel, and I was drinking a little bit of eggnog when I streamed here after that for a bit, but I may actually have a glass or two of eggnog later on, put a little bit of rum into it this time, and got some cinnamon now downstairs, put that on top, see how that actually tastes. Eggnog is pretty smooth, a nice creamy feel to it. I can see how people get hammered on it because it will definitely catch up with you if you drink a lot of it, which is real easy to drink. Bought beer, and that's all I need to buy for Christmas this year. Well, there you go. That is the essential, my friend. Cheers to that. Just bud. It's easy to get our way in Arizona. There you go. Yeah, and out there, you'd think we'd have that here in Kentucky, but not yet, even though it's kind of your number one unmarked cash crop, I guess you can say, Kentucky and over in West Virginia and some of these other rural type states. You can always find it out there, but yet they haven't legalized it. Did not turn out good, so I never had it since then. Gotcha. But there are different types. There's, that there's within brands. If you get a bad one of something, there could be a better one. I mean, there's like some low end bourbon, and there's some really good bourbon. So I think, like anything, it just depends, maybe. But me being here in Kentucky, being a bourbon state, obviously people do love bourbon, and I'm not mad at it either. I kind of enjoy it too at times. Homemade eggnog with milk, eggs, half and heavy whipping cream, bourbon, whiskey, rum, spices. Very nice. Cheers, Billy. That sounds pretty decent. And if you guys haven't checked out Backwoods Billy, you can check him out as well. He does not just beer reviews, but he also does wine and spirits and some interviews and stuff like that. So great to check him out, see what he's actually up to. Same here in California. I have 2 ounces of Granddaddy Purps I got for free. Free's always nice. Free always works. Reminds me of the old days of Coors beer. Yeah, Coors beer, the beer that Smokey and Iceman were bootlegging and Smokey and the Bandit. It was Coors. If you ever get into a trivia about that, now you know what beer they were carrying. What's wrong with beer slushies? Dewey Beer Company does them. So does Union Craft Beer Company. So if you check out the video I did, Billy, there's actually some stuff coming back now that the ABV that's being advertised on the slushies coming from 450 North may not be the actual ABV that's actually taking place. Somebody had ran a test, and they're actually getting it tested as well now. But on their cans, it might say something from 8 to 10% ABV, and in actuality, what this test has shown that someone else ran, it was like 2.6%. It's a big difference in the ABV there. And of course, which you may be familiar with, I know everybody else is as much, but with the way that is under law, you can only be within 0.5% different of what you listed ABV on the beer. So if you put an ABV of 7, you can be anywhere from down 6.5 to up to 7.5 and still be under that 0.5% law. But going from something like an 8 or 10 down to a 2.6, obviously that's an issue, and the people aren't getting what they're expecting either. They're definitely good. I'm hoping it's something that they show that maybe that wasn't the case. But my bet is they're actually brewing it and they're taking their original gravity at the end, but then they're juicing it afterward, and that juice may be diluting the beer so that when that final comes up, they're not dropping as much, or it's diluted down where they're losing the ABV they thought they had. It'll be interesting. Again, the video wasn't saying they were doing anything wrong on their part for sure. It's just, hey, you're going to hear this stuff out there about 450 North in their slushies. This is what's going on. Kind of more of an awareness type thing. Ooh, Sierra Nevada Hot Bullet. I do like the Sierra Nevada Hot Bullet. That was one of the ones they came out with. I want to say was it last year or the year before last? That I actually thought was a nice addition they made to the line. That's a pretty good double IPA. Hey, Violent, what's going on? What is happening, my friend? I bet you're probably drinking another other half, aren't you? I know you are. I know you are. Hey, what's up, Paul? PA Brew News in the house. Cheers, my friend. And make sure you guys check out Violent and check out PA Brew News as well. Enjoy your holidays, too. Hopefully you're off right now and you're not working. But yeah, definitely enjoy. And hopefully everything turned out. I think you had a thing on there about, I'm trying to think if it was you, Paul. Something about the truck or something that may have broke down, but I remember it was you or someone else, but I thought it was you, and hopefully everything works out there if it was. Snowman and the band is Sally was Frog. Yeah, Snowman. I said Iceman. You're right, Snowman. And Sally was Frog, correct. Yeah. I still enjoy watching that movie once in a while. It's just, I get a kick out of Jackie Gleason chasing them. Well, I was saying I was underage at the time, and well, you guys can have all my whiskey. Well, a lot of us have started underage, and first thing I drank underage was, well, sneaking sips of beer, but as far as a liquor or spirit, it was actually Cutty Sark was the first one, and it tasted terrible. Later on, I'd end up with obviously developing taste for some of the spirits, but yeah, the first time I had it, I'm like, why did people drink this? Hey, what's happening, Richie? Greetings, cheers, happy holidays to you as well, my friend. Good to see you. Hopefully things are off to a good start here for the Christmas vacation. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Says hello to Swami and Billy as well. Red Beard's in the house. What's going on, Red? Will be going down, my friend. Red Beard, another beer reviewer that up there in North Bay in Canada. Check him out as well. He's been doing the beer reviews, and he's also, if you're a fan of Minecraft, he's a big Minecraft player. So he does build a lot of things on Minecraft and has some fun doing that. And I don't know if you're doing any other games besides that, but I know Minecraft was the last one you were kind of mostly into. So, but you can definitely check him out, and you should be getting close. So I'm not sure how far away you are. I think last time I looked, you were like 940 or something. So if you guys do check him out and you like what you see, make sure you sub to him so he can get over that 1,000 mark as well. Billy says, here in the Del Mar Eastern Shore in Baltimore, they make fresh craft beer, ice fruit juice blender. So obviously the ABV is diluted like a mixed drink. Yeah. And I mean, depending on how far they're diluting it is a situation. So 450 North said they're actually sending it out to an independent lab to have them checked. They had no idea. They're saying that it would go that low or whatever, but people are doubting, like, how can you run a brewery like that and not know it? I mean, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt right now, see what happens. I enjoy them. And, my thing is, if you were actually knocking them down and they were given an ABV of 2.6 or whatever, or 3 or somewhere in that area, that still can be fine. Just market it that way. Market it as a low ABV type option, or market it as a lower ABV type beer. Just like people will buy Lambics or they'll buy Rattlers. People will still buy some of them. They do taste good. So I think you still have that opportunity there, but you definitely got to make sure you're putting out the right product. And Billy said, cheers back to Richie. RG said, you have some nice signs behind you I have seen, and some I haven't. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so this was a while in the making. Because you go back to my original video, like hardly any of this is here at all. And then over time, just kept building stuff up, and I started going to not just some of the different stores, but some of the sales they would have, like estate sales, or some I got at like little shops that do antique type things. There's a lot of stuff that's out there for the signs. Some stores just want to get rid of them, which is great. So a couple of them have been donated to me by a couple of the breweries, and so it all works out. And then I picked up a couple of the other ones I like. I'm also like a comic book fan at times, so you'll see there on the wall like the Green Lantern or Ghost Rider or Black Panther. And below Black Panther, actually, if I switch the camera here, you'll see the Joker is under the Black Panther one. So that's like kind of all the comic book stuff there as well. Which, if you haven't seen Joker, definitely one of my favorite movies of the year that I saw this year. So would definitely recommend checking that one out. Merry Christmas to you as well, Billy. Merry Christmas to everyone, he says. Yeah, my drive shaft torn in half going down the road. Yeah, well, luck first. It's good that you were safe and nothing happened there. You were able to, not be injured or that, but hopefully you get the truck and everything all done and you're in good shape, or if it's in the shop, you're getting around and everything like that. So hopefully it all pans out for you, my friend. And Violet says, I might be drinking one later. Got an Imperial Oatmeal Stout from a local establishment. Crafty Ales and Lagers, Little Imp. Yeah, I figured you might be drinking the other half at some point. I mean, you and Joe kind of keep those things on hand rather easily. Red Beer said Paul's truck broke down. Too many dead hookers loaded up at once. That's pretty good, Red. That's pretty good. RG said, all in the chat tonight. Please, from our family, yours, have a very Merry Christmas along with the New Year. Very nice, and you too, RG, and I'm sure everybody else feels that way too. So, always wishing everybody to have a nice Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and it's a good time to show the love and appreciation for those that you have around you still. It was funny, my wife mentioned something earlier today. I was talking about something, and I said, I don't want to pay rent. She's like, we're not, like we're broke. We're never broke. It's like, it was a commercial on TV for something. It's like, those people were broke, and it's like, and it was just like, it's like, yeah, I mean, a lot of us have more than we actually realize we have. So, just something to keep in mind there, and hopefully you get to share that with all those you love around you around the holiday season here. Beer House says, have you ever tried any port brewing beers? They are good, man. I have not. I have not seen any port brewing. Now, are they out of California? Because maybe that's because we now don't have their distribution coming here. So that might be why I haven't seen those at all. I watch all the old movies, love them. Now my wife is in Christmas hell. Christmas Vacation movie. Christmas Vacation is a good one. And I asked earlier, and RG has said what his favorite one being White Christmas, but what's everybody else's favorite Christmas movie that you like to watch each year? Oh, you're welcome, Red. Always, my friend. Cheers. Let me see here. Oh, Billy, don't play into it with Red and Paul. Don't get caught up in that game, my friend. Billy says, no, the slushies are only available in the tap houses made fresh by glass fruit cocktail. Yeah, see, that's not how it is with 450 North. So the slushies here are marketed out. I mean, that's what you'll see on Instagram or here on YouTube. A lot of people that do the reviews. I mean, there's 450 slushies that people will actually be able to get and drink them and stuff. They distribute to Indiana, Kentucky, and I think it might be Illinois, but we don't get them in our part of Kentucky. You actually have to go to the brewery, but they are distributed out. I don't mess with anything less than 6.5 ABV. 6.5, that's where session ales start, right? Yeah, you don't want to go anything lower than 6.5. The Christmas tree is still tied to it while it sits at the garage. Oh, how are you going to get the tree home? And then Richie says, hey, bro, to Paul as well. Billy said, my wife is still mad sad by a Christmas tree, which I cut down on property and a deer stand. I don't see why she's mad. Oh, maybe it was a tree she really liked out there. Port brew and old viscosity is great. I'll keep an eye out for them to see if I get them. So, Paul, you get them to where you're at then? So maybe I just haven't noticed them yet. Or maybe they're not in Ohio and Kentucky yet. Violence says, hey to Paul as well. Christmas Vacation 15 times at least. So you've got it like on rotation. And yesterday, I think it was Christmas Story was on their marathon on one of the channels, so it was back to back Christmas Story. Cheers. And Red Beer says Gremlins, great Christmas movie. Yeah, people forget about Gremlins. I mean, that was a Christmas movie, and it was a Christmas gift when he did receive it. So, Port Brew in the San Marcos, California. It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, there you go. So yeah, so Beer House said It's a Wonderful Life is his favorite out there. Richie says Die Hard. There's always somebody like Die Hard. Die Hard, I mean, it's a good movie. It's Christmas time, and I give it the Christmas movie pass. Don't Open Till Christmas is a good holiday slasher. I haven't seen that one. Yeah, Die Hard's a good one to Richie. Billy said, no Slushy from 450 North, but we got Mortalis Brewing. Their Hydra series is basically the same thing. Well, you know what would be interesting if they do find out that this is the case with 450 North, that they start checking other breweries that have slushies that might be like them as well. A Christmas tree and a tree stand. I messed up the joke. Are you drinking eggnog right now, Billy? Hey, Rod, looking for a new PC chair? Yours look interesting. Details. Yeah, this one was actually, it's GT. Let me go this way. GT. I'm getting back. X-Men. So I got this off of Amazon. I've had it since June. So, you know, you're 6 months out. Nice sturdiness to it. Nice durability. This was, I think, $150. And the one thing, it has like arms that come up or down, but you can't push them back. So sometimes I wish you can do that, but you got it here. You can go all the way back and stuff like that too. So it's definitely a pretty good looking one. I needed a new chair, and plus I do the gaming on the gaming channel, so this one worked out well. Would definitely recommend it. No way she would miss any trees on her property. We have lots of them. Well, I don't know why she might be mad at you then. Also, the Grinch that stole Christmas. And Billy said, I have had too many eggnogs. But you know what? It's all about enjoying this part of the season. So have a few, right? As long as you're in the safety of your own home, you're not out there driving or doing anything dangerous, why not enjoy them? I just worry about having too much eggnog where it sits on your belly because all that cream and the egg and everything like that. I'm surprised nobody mentioned Elf as their favorite one. Everybody always tells me Elf is really good. And I've seen probably about 3/4 of it. I've never sat down to see the whole thing all the way through. I've always got something going on, it seems, but I've picked parts here and there. And it does look funny. Of course, Will Ferrell's really solid, but people really do like the Elf movie as a favorite. Wife likes the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. But Christmas Vacation that just makes you laugh every time you see it. Even though you know what's coming, you're always laughing watching that movie. Beer House said cheers to Billy. But I think I am going to pull out Bad Santa 2 so I can finally watch that. The first Bad Santa just had me dying, cracking up. That was hilarious. We actually saw that at the theater. Me and my wife and my buddy and his wife. And me and him were like dying in the seats. So what else is anybody else drinking this Saturday night? It was supposed to be a joke. My wife asked me to get a Christmas tree and a tree stand. He said, don't know why she's mad. I got the Christmas tree and a deer stand. I haven't had deer in years. I actually wouldn't mind having some deer. I think the last time I had deer was when Drunken One sent deer jerky. But as far as like deer steak or deer chili, that's been a while. Also, if you saw the video earlier, I did the unboxing for. I'm more of a beer haul. I was sharing earlier what I bought. Got a couple bottles of champagne because wife might want some mimosas. She said so. We might be having that tomorrow with breakfast. A few mimosas. I got some thick, fluffy waffles, some eggs, some bacon, some of the thick cut bacon. So it's gonna feel. I think it's looking like it might be a lazy Sunday tomorrow, which I'm okay with. It's funny. Saturday and Sunday mornings lately, I've started getting more into soccer. I don't know how, but I just have. And so I've kind of got into the whole Premier League that comes on. I think NBC carries it. I was watching it this morning, and I've actually had fun in the morning just sitting there with my coffee watching soccer. I've become a fan of the Wolverhampton team for the most part. Every time I see them play, I kind of like their style. Coffee and vanilla long dark voyage to Uranus from Sawdust City. Best beer I've had in a while. Nice. That title's a little long, but a long dark voyage to Uranus. I can see the play on the words though. I know what it is, Violet. Proper term is venison. We watch Bad Santa movies. We love them. Yeah. Yes, you know. I don't know how good number 2 is, like I said, because I haven't seen it. But number 1, obviously, you had Bernie Mac in there, too. It was pretty funny. And you had John Ritter in there as well. Both of them have been deceased. So, but it was really put together well. Still waiting impatiently for Lucky 13. P.S. Venison is my favorite meat of all time by far. So you like venison more than, say, bison? But I always enjoy bison. I mean, I enjoy venison too, but I do enjoy bison. Bad Santa is great. Billy Bob brings out the inner drunk out of me, right? Well, it doesn't have to be Christmas. The scene when he's trying to take his lunch break and the mom's coming up with the kid. That whole scene is like everybody has an inner part of themselves and they try to tell somebody they're on break and they're trying to talk to them. Like, go away. Hopping around like yeah. I agree. Red Bison is effing amazing. One of the best bison burgers I actually had was in Atlanta years ago. It was Ted Turner's restaurant he had down there. He was I think Ted was a hunter as well, but they had a great bison burger on their menu there. We got places here that actually have it now too, but that was probably the best one I've had, a bison burger. We'd love to try bison someday. Yeah, I think you would definitely like it. I'm kind of surprised, like where you're out there in California, that you don't have bison at some of the spots. I mean, just because you're close to some of the other states out there on the frontier that bison are hunted, you would think they might kick some of that down to California. Great quote, and even better beer name, right? You'll remember that one, Violent. Venison's actually healthy for you big time. Plus, deer everywhere here in the Del Mar Eastern Shore. Yeah, it's leaner, so it's definitely better for you. Huge bison family farm, a couple hours for me. Stuff is astonishing. Yeah. Could you eat a bison burger while looking at bison dead in the eye? Like if a bison was staring at you while you ate your bison burger, would it bother you? I had a friend in college. She actually became a vegetarian because she grew up pretty much off a farm. And one day she went to bite her hamburger and a cow mooed at the same time. And ever since that point, she couldn't eat meat again. We don't have nothing but high taxes and high rent here in California. You definitely got that. Yeah, I saw in California up north in San Francisco, they were talking about like how like now $125,000 a year is considered to be low income. They are taxing you guys out of that state like crazy. Even like at one point, Phil Mickelson I don't know if he did or not, but he was looking to relocate from California to Florida like Tiger did because taxes were eating him up. Bison easy to get. I live near Wegmans. Wegmans is probably the greatest grocery store ever. Joe always talks about Wegmans as well, so they must have a pretty decent selection, not just for food, but I guess also beer, because Joe would get all kinds of beers at the Wegmans near him. I think they're just a northern chain, though, right? I haven't seen them or heard of them anywhere outside of where the Northeast, like up in upstate New York and some of the areas around there. Richie, I have no beer in the fridge, so I'm drinking Joseph Magnus bourbon. It's awesome. Well, there you go. Just like a Marine, you adapt. Like Heartbreak Ridge, you adapt. Nothing wrong with a little bourbon. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer, my friend. Yeah, my beer fridge is kind of stocked. I restocked it some more today. I'm just like, the more I try to get rid of some of the boxes, the more I keep adding to them on stuff. So I prefer to eat all my products in front of living animals. Makes me feel like a big man, right? Some people, I don't know. They once said if everybody had to hunt their own food, there'd be a lot more vegetarians in the world. I think some people couldn't deal with having to kill their food. LA is a third world city. Seriously, it's so bad here. Well, you guys got a lot of stuff happening. I know one of my other buddies, he's there outside of LA, and he was sharing stuff about some of the homeless issues and some other stuff that was happening out there. And he shared on the map how there was more people in LA County than like numerous states. Like you have a ton of people there. Hello, Alec Baldwin was on the Tonight Show saying how he couldn't get his mom to move to Florida because she wouldn't leave Wegmans. Oh, so Wegmans got their hook into people. 3 weeks later, he was doing a Wegmans commercial. Somebody saw him on Tonight Show, like, hey, we need to get him to do something if he loves Wegmans that much. Speaking of on the show tonight, which I'm going to either watch it or DVR, depending on what's going on, Eddie Murphy makes his return to Saturday Night Live, and I'm dying to see what they do in the show tonight with him coming back. So, if you didn't know, tonight at 11:30 Eastern, Eddie Murphy back on Saturday Night Live. And it's been like a ton of years since he was on there. There was a huge bison farm as well as cows in the 60s, 70s, 80s. They had a large Christmas tree farm as well as a large pavement company. They sold out for development. We're in Perry Hall, Maryland. I don't see a lot of like Christmas tree farms as much now than like when we were kids. You always saw a lot of those around. Depending on where you were, like people go buy their Christmas trees, but you don't see them as much now. Oh, you gave Hop Avenger a 4.1 out of 5. It was good. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw the video earlier. That's why you mentioned it or not, Beer Hound. But I got 2 of the 6-packs of Hop Avenger for the Voodoo Ranger from New Belgium. I wanted to try it for a while, but I never picked it up. I went to my one store to get the Bourbon County, and they had them there, and they were closing them out. They were like half off, so it was $5.99 a 6-pack, which was awesome. So I grabbed 2 6-packs, checked the date on everything. That they're still good out. You know, they say to February 20, so I'll drink them way before then. But I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I'm gonna check those out to see how they actually go down. In fact, I put one of the 6-packs in the beer fridge in the basement, so I might try that later on tonight. Yeah, tent cities all around OC and LA is bad. Yeah, and we've got we don't have a tent city here, but we do have a lot of people under bridges in different areas here in Ohio as well. Salt Lake City, they actually came up with a pretty good solution that worked for them because they made those tiny houses or whatever, and actually for the economy it was actually better than having all the homeless people around. So I don't know. Each city has to figure it out, I guess. Have yet to watch Dolomite Violent. I don't know what you're doing with your life. If you haven't watched Dolomite by now, you need to watch Dolomite. That's classic. You would definitely enjoy that. You get over killing your food as long as you do it correctly. Shoot the older, larger ones. Like deer, you need to control the population, or too many they starve. Yeah, it's true. Some people just have a problem with trying to kill an animal, I would believe. Let me see here. Even up here in my city of like 50,000, there's a huge homeless issue. Massive fire downtown a couple days ago. Someone allegedly broke into a building and set a fire to keep warm. Wow. Yeah, well, yeah. I can see them breaking into a building and do an old trash can type thing to do something, and then something happens. Rod, you game, yeah, games PlayStation is. Oh, what are you talking about, Red Beer? You're the one on the computer. Yeah, I game on the PS4. Actually, Todd, who's on the Beer Flow show, he games with me on there as well. And then Eric, Eric Alliance fan, just bought a PS4 a couple weeks ago, so now he's gaming on us. So we're going to try to maybe later on play some Modern Warfare and stuff on there too. Red's just mad because he's left out. Man, the Hop Avenger was pretty amazing, or pretty surprising. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Pumping me up there. I'm ready to enjoy that, my friend. Oh shit, you scored on those Hop Avengers. I'm sure you will like it. Yeah, and they had a good amount that were still left. They actually still had some of the Bourbon County there, the base model. They had like 80 something bottles of the base Bourbon County for this year. It's like $10.99 a bottle, which isn't bad. I think most places are around that. I've seen some at $11.99, some maybe a little bit more, but people were saying the base is actually one of the better ones this year. So definitely looking forward to enjoying that. One here claims how hard it is to grow them. All the attention needed to be as I cut down the acre of them 2 years ago. They are back 5 to 6 tall. There you go. Oh, there's Todd right there in the comments. What's up, Todd? What's up, Rod? And we were just talking. Carrie was trying to hate on us for having a PlayStation on the computer, but that's just because nobody plays with Carrie on the computer. I didn't do anything that grew up by themselves and grew. Maybe after I finished The Witcher. Been waiting for the show for a while. Yeah, so The Witcher is also on my list to watch on Netflix. My wife's already started watching it. She seems to be hooked into it and liking it. So I'm looking forward to watching that one here. It's just one of those things. The good thing about Netflix, you can actually, if you get time, you can binge through their shows. So I just got to put the time down to actually watch that stuff. They did just finally make a cross-platform play available for PS4 and Minecraft. Who wants to play Minecraft? Actually, they did. Actually, Modern Warfare is the first Call of Duty game you play against people on the computer or Xbox as well. So all three platforms can play. So that's pretty cool. The Christmas tree farm raised prices double from last year. I don't need any, just cut one down. You go out there like Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation, cut it. Just don't have a squirrel in a tree. That's the only thing. Make sure it's squirrel free. Your glass is looking empty, sir. What's next? That's true. So what's next is the good old Southern Tier Warlock, which I have not had this year. This was actually another one that I picked up when I was at Jungle Gym, saying yes, this was also another one that was a Rod J deal. They were actually selling 4 packs of these for $6.99. So 4 packs of the Warlock, which are usually higher than that to get a 4 pack of that. So right place, right time. I just get lucky. Violent, your Xbox, no PlayStation. Well, if you get Modern Warfare, I don't know if you're big into Call of Duty, but if you get Modern Warfare, we can actually play and hook up on there as well, which is pretty cool. I got buddies on the Xbox that we're doing that too. Come craft with me, Rod. I don't get the whole thing about Minecraft. Like I don't understand. What is your end game? What is your goal with that? I mean, you're just building stuff. I like to have things where you have something for an outcome you're trying to get to. I feel like you're just constantly building on there. Maybe I'm missing something. I know people like it though. I know it's pretty popular. Gotta hydrate with some H2O. Always keep the balance going. Get some water in there while you're drinking some beer so you're not too dehydrated. So now crack open a little bit of Southern Tier Warlock. I would say of all the pumpkin beers, Warlock is definitely one of my favorite, if not the favorite of the pumpkin beers. Again, though, you're looking at it being a pumpkin stout, which I definitely prefer. The Dogfish Pumpkin's good. The Pumpkin from Southern Tier is good. A couple of the ones from Avery are good as well, but Warlock is always one I really enjoy. Boo Red Beer. He plays Roblox. Come on, man. Right? Oh, I have original Atari. It's rad. I had original Atari when I was younger. They brought them back out, I know, later on. I think you can get them now. A lot of people like them for the nostalgia effect. They like being able to go back and do some stuff. They actually, on the PlayStation, you do have things where you can get the old Atari type games and stuff now to be able to play that as well. Witcher 3 was a great video game. Todd said just messing with Redbeard. Redbeard too hardcore for you. I know, Todd. I meant Minecraft. Really, raccoons are typically in pine trees. They're crazy. I had one run down on me with bark flying. I had to hit it with the log. Getting chased by raccoons. Raccoons are feisty. We used to have years ago a couple that would come around to get in people's trash cans and stuff, you know, to finally get rid of them. I forgot what we did. It was a couple years ago. There was some stuff I think we could spray down there, kind of warded them off a little bit, but yeah, they were kind of feisty when you approach them. Right, are you done with your Christmas shopping, if you did any? Yeah, I mean, it was just really for the wife, so I did some stuff there online. My mom, she's in New Jersey, so I decided to just send her something, and then that was all done. That was easy. And then her parents are down in Texas. She sent that stuff away. So yes, actually, Christmas shopping is actually pretty simple. The problem I run into with Christmas shopping is I feel like I'm at that stage where it's like anything I usually want, I get anyway. So why am I waiting just for Christmas to do? Like, my wife's like, "What do you want?" It's like, she's like, "Anything I think to get, you already got half the time." So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of, Christmas is always like a weird type thing for me. Plus, I was mentioning earlier, I growing up over the years, it almost felt like Christmas became too of a me type holiday for a lot of people. It took a lot of fun out of it, I think. So, but yeah, but the shopping part, that's no problem. And then, like I said, usually there's stuff that I want or whatever. My wife, she plays it safe. Sometimes she'll give me like gift cards or whatever and let me go and decide what I want to get. I was a tough person to always shop for on things, so. My daughter used to play that several years ago, LOL, talking about Minecraft. There's an actual goal to it. Kill the dragon and you can keep going if you want. So there's a dragon in the game. I didn't know there was a dragon in the game. But then if you kill the dragon, do you get to kill anything else? Right, in my area, we have other half of Mortalis and countless others. I've heard others refer to my location outside of Rochester being a beer drinker's dream. What about your area? Well, here we've got a good amount of breweries. Now, where you're at, I mean, I've heard about Mortalis and how good they do. Obviously, I know about other half. You're kind of in one of those great zones. But Cincinnati has kind of emerged as kind of a hidden spot in the country. It's getting more notice. There was a video I had just done talking about Cincinnati being the number one spot for beer drinker. It wasn't talking as much maybe about the type of the beers or the strength of the beers. It was talking about the availability of the beers. And they basically looked at how many breweries per 100,000 people, how many bars per 100,000 people, other statistics and things along those lines. And Cincinnati came out ranked number one. Last year we ranked number 4 on the list. Behind us it was St. Louis. I think Portland might have been third. So Cincinnati has a lot of stuff happening. Now, as far as the quality of the beer, we have a lot of good quality beer here. When Joe came down and Todd came up and Eric came down, we started at Braxton Labs, which does a great job. They're part of Braxton Brewing. They have a lot of great small batch, kind of like a other half and some of the stuff they're trying to do. Then we went over to Street Side, which was a nice smaller type brewery that did a lot of good stuff. We went to Darkness, that's another one that did some good stuff. And then Todd and Eric and Joe went over to Listerman as well as Mantry. And those were just 5 of like basically within the radius of driving around the Cincinnati area. I think we got like 70 breweries now, and just in those 5 there was some good stuff there, but we have a ton of other things. So the scene here is actually excellent, and more people are finding about that. And keep in mind, outside of Munich, Cincinnati has the biggest celebration of Oktoberfest because of the German heritage here. So we get a lot of beer drinkers here that come in for that. We get a lot of the heritage here where there's a lot of beer being done because of the German influence, everything along those lines. And so, you know, people don't realize that, for instance, like Samuel Adams, Jim Cook put a tasting room here in Cincinnati because he's from this area. Also, a majority of the beers being shipped around the country for Sam Adams actually come out of the Cincinnati location where we have the brewery here as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's actually happening. Most of our pine trees are 30 to 40 feet tall. Not going to fit them into the living room. Violet said the red beer Minecraft is amazing. Flavor that H2O with some Crystal Light. And the red beer said cheers to Violet. Red says check out my stuff if you want to. Violet said red beer. I'll play that for hours and days. I stream it often and let people join the world. Much fun. We have original PlayStation, Xbox, and Atari, Game Boy, PSP, plus each session of them, plus current ones, plus Wii. I actually have one of the old PSPs over here as well, too. I never actually play it now, but I forgot I actually have that here. I had the original Xbox. I have the Xbox 360. And it kind of like something happened to it. It's still in my closet or whatever. Just only about, I would say 4 or 5 years ago, I had the Sega Saturn. I actually sold it to a person in Canada that wanted to buy it because they really like the Saturn games and stuff. So it's funny, after I sold it, I kind of missed it. Like, cause I didn't play it as much, but then it's like, oh, I feel like playing, was it Crazy Taxi that was on there and some of the other stuff. And it's like, oh, I don't have it anymore. Let's see that beer description and visual, please. Raccoons rock. And I'd love to have a pet raccoon and a cougar. They could be best friends and it would be glorious. No raccoons will attack dogs, cats, goats, eat chickens. So when I see one, hasta la vista. Yeah, if anybody's been around the raccoons, for sure, you see how feisty they are. Yeah, being where I'm at in Kentucky, I do get some of the wildlife coming through. Let's see here. My grandfather had a pet raccoon. He was so fun, Beerhound said. Raccoons can be tamed if raised from a very young age. He says no cougars, but raccoons, squirrels on steroids, foxes, opossums, coyotes, of which the DNR decided to control the fox population, release coyotes, which are not here now, have a ton of coyotes. Yeah, we had a couple coyotes that are around. I actually saw one coyote one time we were driving home, just like straggling through. Hopping on the PS4, but still listening. All right, brother. I'm going to join you over there in a little bit as well. And we'll throw it up a stream on the gaming channel to do some, I guess we can do Modern Warfare maybe? Unless we can do baseball again. Todd kicked my ass in baseball last night. I might need a little break from that one. so many coyotes that the DNR issued 24/7, 365, hunting, no limit. Wow. Damn, Cincy is popping. So in other words, I can PayPal you some cash. Send me some Braxton Labs. You're so kind, LMAO. Well, we can do that. We could do some beer trays or something possibly too. So we could definitely get something done. I've sent stuff up to Joe before, and we've done some stuff there. So yeah, Joe likes some of the stuff down here. One of the ones they didn't get to go to. I think that Joe might have went the night before when he was here. But I know Todd and Eric didn't go when they were here, and that was Urban Artifact, and they're killing it on the sour scene, and Joe loves their sours. Doom and Hexen were pretty good, or pretty cool. Yeah, I used to love playing Doom back in the day. Turn out all the lights, turn up the sound. Doom was awesome. Duke Nukem was awesome back in the day, too. That beer looks good. What is it like? Just cracked a Nitro Penguin from Rheingeist. Nice. I just picked up it's not Nitro, it's the Ink from Rheingeist. I picked that one up today as well. Is Super Mega Baseball out for the PS? I'd love to kick your ass. Yeah, I got Super Mega Baseball too. I don't think you can play cross-platform though in that game. I think it's just on the system. So Beer, this one is like they're limited. The Warlock is their limited Imperial Pumpkin Ale. So this one actually comes out at 8.6 ABV. I believe it usually comes out in October or September. They keep pushing stuff forward. And then, Todd said he does get some of the Urban Artifact distro there. MLB games are console only for some dumb reason. Well, most of the games are just console only, like Madden and hockey and all that kind of stuff. But they're trying to change things up, I think, on some of them too. So this was like the 2019 edition. You get a pumpkin feel, but it's a little bit different than if you were doing like the pumpkin because you're dealing with the stout. So you're getting a little bit of that chocolate in there as well. You're picking up from the beer. You get a nice spice. You're getting like some nutmeg, some cinnamon. Very decent beer. You get a nice frothiness from the foam. Taste-wise, it doesn't really come across as being artificial. You're getting a little bit of kind of that pumpkin pie type fill-in taste in there. Duration of the flavor is decent enough. You get a little bit of a coffee type bitterness. But it's very smooth going down in the back end. That duration left around lingers in the mouth for a little bit. Nice little bit of a sweetness in there. A little bit of a spice type feel. So very decent if you like pumpkin type beers and you like stouts. Warlock is definitely one you want to take a look at there. That malt looks epic on there. What color is it? The malt, well, it's a dark malt, but you know about the head? The head is actually a tan head, and you can see the lacing being left there as well. Southern Tier puts together great beers out of New York, so you don't find many of their beers you're going to be disappointed with, in my opinion. The basketball one is the only one that comes out yearly for PC, I think. It's odd. Well, NBA 2K only comes out once a year. Yeah, the seasonal releases are earlier each year, kind of like stores August Christmas stuff, 50% off last week. Christmas stuff, now 75 will be 75.90 after holidays, right? Yeah, that's the whole funny thing, because it's like, well, pumpkin, it's kind of a race to everything now. So I think actually the first one I saw this year was Pumpkin, and I believe that was in August when that came out. Surprisingly, the Christmas ales came out a little bit later than I thought they were, because I was expecting them to come out in September the way things are going, but they were kind of more towards mid-October before I saw the first Christmas ales coming out. But they do push them up quickly. Looks good and chewy. Yeah, it has a little bit of that chewy sensation in there. Yeah. Second week of January, 50% off winter clothes. Most stores, yeah. Second week of July, summer, 50%. What the fuck? Yeah, right? I will say this. Christmas is Wednesday, and I'm in Cincinnati where it's usually cold. Today we were at 53 degrees. I'm not saying I'm for global warming, if that's the case, but I'm not hating it either. It felt good today. People were like going out in shorts and stuff, and it was like, it doesn't usually happen this way that we're this comfortable before Christmas. Cincinnati has weird weather patterns, but usually it's definitely colder. So we're supposed to be like mid 50s up through Christmas, and I will take it. Oh, and I think today was the first day of the winter solstice as well. So from this day forward, days are getting longer again. Damn, the rings are so thick, looks yummy. I'm dying. If you if you get a chance, they should be out there because Southern Tier is in Cal. They do get to California, so see if you can find some of this out there still. Now, obviously, with it being pumpkin, it may or may not be on some of the places on the shelves anymore. But I would definitely say pick it up if you see it. Still looking for the Yingling Hershey collaboration beer. Yingling is no help. On draft, you were correct. Yeah, that's the only place I got it was on draft. I got a Jungle Gems with a 32-ounce crowler. Even when Joe got it, he got it on draft, and it was a 32-ounce somewhere. But yeah, it sucks they don't bottle it. But it's like you're right there too, Billy. You're right there in their backyard. You would think you'd be able to get that easier than I got it, but I enjoyed it. It was really nice. And again, with me growing up in New Jersey as a kid, we did go to Hershey Park and Hershey area when I was younger. So you have a great feel of Hershey chocolate in that beer. I'll be looking for that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And if you don't get it this year, definitely come back out again next year. They do it every year on the limited release, but definitely worth picking up. In fact, if I get a pumpkin, I might do a side by side because I have a few of these now. All right. Well, I think I'm going to actually jump off here. Appreciate everybody on the chat tonight. Hopefully everybody has a great Saturday night getting all stuff done, and hopefully you're all set, ready to rock and roll for Christmas. If not, hopefully if you're wrapping stuff, you're enjoying a nice beverage while you are wrapping things up. I'm going to jump off here and actually jump over to the gaming channel with Todd. I'm going to get on the PlayStation for a bit. I will actually, I'm doing more of the live streams and everything like that because I definitely love the interaction. Again, I have fun doing this. Hopefully you guys have fun tuning in. In a way, it gets me back to my old DJ days and being on the radio. So glad that you guys were able to be a part. Billy says, Sam Adams Utopia, $2.50 a bottle. What the fuck? Johnny Walker Blue, less than that. Clown Shoes, Billionaire, less. Top Shelf Wines, less. Yeah, we actually, the place I got the Bourbon County at, they had a raffle for Utopias, and they were actually $2.11. And I did see it at another place. Actually, the first time I actually saw it ever, and they were selling it for like, I think it was like $2.19 or something like that they had it. But I always thought like if I saw it, I might buy it. But when I was there actually looking at it, I'm like, do I want to spend that much on the beer? I don't think there's any beer I want to spend that much on. So even though you drink it, you're supposed to drink it like an ounce at a time or whatever because of the ABV. I just didn't pull the trigger on it. I just don't. I feel like at a point it's overly inflated for what it should cost. Hey Ron, what's going on? Cheers, happy ho ho ho, homie to you as well. Hopefully you're set for a Merry Christmas upcoming here, and everything is all planned out. I'm actually jumping off right now, but I'll be back on tomorrow for another stream. So make sure you guys hit that alarm bell on the channel. That way you know when I'm actually live. I'm not sure what time I'll do it. And I got some other stuff I want to upload to the channel. Trying to do more of the news type stuff and more other things taking place. So hopefully you guys are enjoying those as well. Hopefully you got a chance to also check out some of the other great people here in the chat. Make sure you visit their channels. Tell them hi. Subscribe if you like their stuff and all those good things. And I will look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. And if you do want to jump over, if you are into the gaming and you want to see us game here in a second, I will put the link here for the gaming channel. So that way you will see it there. Give me 1 second. For those of you that are gamers, and it's usually a entertaining time, I think, so to speak. Let me pull the link here. So there's the link there for the gaming channel that I'm going to actually jump over to for a bit. And we'll probably be on there for a while doing some crazy stuff. And hopefully I will see you there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better come.